Okay. We'll get this started. I'll start recording here now. Basically, our little opening intro. It's me, Tiernan Marshall,
Bro, I'm out of breath.
Jesse Cabrera, and J-Mo Cruz. And special guest,
Yo, I'm out
Rajiv
of
Kibuyo. You had a lot of what?
I'm out of breath because I ran up. You know, shit.
Smoking too much?
No, I was just
A lot of
running up
laundry?
down the steps.
A
Shit.
lot of
Yeah.
laundry trips?
Holy shit.
Bro, the stairs?
Carrying those big ass buckets. Shit.
Yo, don't get me started. Have you ever had to like take the stairs, say like in like a hotel or something, instead of going through just like the elevator? That's probably one of
Fuck
the worst.
yeah.
That's probably one of the worst feelings. Like especially like if you're on like the fourth or fifth floor, you're taking stairs. Oh my god.
Oh my god, that's Red River for you, bro.
Oh, Red River stairs.
Oh my god. There's nothing but stairs. There's no elevators anywhere.
It's crazy, man. Insane.
Bro, I'm actually out of breath. Yeah. I'm good. I'm good.
Yo, Yo, so actually, I wanted to start off with this one little story that I had to share. Just literally happened right now. Just because we were kind of talking a little bit before recording there about like burger joints. So
Yeah.
I ended up ordering from St. James Burger and got me and Regine some burgers there. Not only did we not get like some of the stuff that we ordered, but they also like took forever. Like we waited like an hour and like 10, 15, 20 minutes, whatever it was around there. But we were watching this guy the whole time, like on his, like, you know how you can track them on the little like car GPS that the skip
Yeah.
give you. So we're watching this guy, and I'm thinking to myself, like, where the fuck is this guy going? You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, this guy came
Yeah.
Polo Park, went all the way to Grant. This place is located on Ness. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah. I know
not
where it
only
is.
yes,
Yeah.
so he comes from Polo Park, he goes to Grant, and he's chilling there. Like he's chilling in the residential streets. This guy isn't even in like a main road where like fucking shops and restaurants could possibly be. Like he's down residential streets, and I have like the screenshots to show it. Like I was wondering, where the fuck is this guy going? Like not to sound like a
Yeah.
fucking like fat ass or anything like that, but man, like this is a $50 meal, bro. Like where the hell is this dude? And yeah, so we're watching this guy. He ends up like taking another like 30 minutes getting to St. James Burger. Gets there, and then he takes like a totally different route. Like instead of going down Keewatin, you know what I'm saying? Like coming from Route 90, going down Keewatin,
Yeah.
or going down Route 90 to Inkster, whatever it was. Like this guy comes all the way down Notre Dame, and he takes McPhillips. And so he's going down McPhillips towards Inkster. You know what I'm saying? So he's even wasting longer time. And so I'm just sitting there, and like I said, not to sound like I'm fucking like super impatient. Like I wasn't like spamming them with text messages. I wasn't like sitting there like, oh, I'm gonna fucking bitch this guy out or anything like that. I was just like wondering like what's going on through this guy's mind. Like, does he not know the road? Is he taking his sweet time? Like you never know what these drivers are doing. You know what I'm saying? Like they're literally holding your package. The GPS can be different. They could fuck around with it. They could do whatever they want. And so basically this guy, I'm texting like the support thing, and I'm like, yo, like this dude takes a little while, like I'm sorry, but like I would at least need like some compensation for the wait, like some credits maybe, or whatever it is, whether you guys do refunds, whatever you guys do. And I totally like appreciate your guys' services. I even gave the guy a tip, like the driver and everything. But so I go on,
Driver.
yeah, so I go, and the guy finally is coming down like towards our street. Then this guy like goes the opposite way, and then he takes a U-turn, and then he comes down the right street. And like I said, like this guy's like literally like just messing up every turn. Like he's literally just taking his full time. And so basically to end off the story is when he finally gets there, the guy's all nice. He's like, yeah, here's your order. I said, okay, thank you very much. Like, have a good day. I ended up talking with the chat team because they told me to let them know once I've received the order. Or actually they said they were gonna like message me once the order was like punched in as received, and I waited a little bit and they didn't do nothing. And so I said, hey guys, so yeah, so I finally got my order. Like the order's cool. I didn't get some of the stuff that I actually ordered, like, and like I'm not, like I said, like I'm not like trying to be mean or anything, but obviously this is like a mistake. and I would just like to get
Yeah,
like,
you want your shit. You
yeah,
paid
I
for
just
it.
want to get compensated at least. Like
Yeah.
you guys don't have to go through the hassle of like sending me my stuff. Like at least compensate me or something. Like I was super patient and this is ridiculous. And so basically the person goes, yeah, okay, like we'll compensate you for your discretionary like credits and stuff like that. So like for your use and stuff. And I said, cool, thank you. I end up looking at my credits and they give me $5. And I'm like,
Mhm.
like I don't mean to sound ungrateful of what they did for me, but also like I'm sitting at a point of like that's unreasonable, you know? Like $5 credit for not only like my whole meal being cold, me not getting like more than whatever's worth, right? Like delivered all to me. So it's kind of like I said, like I didn't want to freak out, but then that's when I kind of just like message them back and I go like, hey, yo, like you guys gotta do something a little bit better. Like I can't just take $5 and say, okay, it's whatever. Like it was like a $55 meal, you know? And yeah, so basically to end it off there, like I had to talk to like 3 different support people just to get like a little bit more compensation. But in the end, the last person ends up going like, yo, like, hey, we're gonna send you like a full refund back. Like, don't even worry. Like, that's like our fault. Like, we're sorry about that. We're sorry about that.
Yo,
You have to wait.
is this with Skip?
It was Skip, bro.
Bro, I have okay, let me tell a story real quick too.
Okay, go.
That's funny. Like at least you got your order, man.
Yeah.
I guess 4 times now this shit happened to me. I'm waiting for my food, and then it's like, oh, delivered. And I do the contactless delivery, so they just leave on my doorsteps and shit, doorbell. My food would be like, oh, it's delivered, it's on the doorsteps, etc. Then when I go check, it's not there.
It's not.
It's not there. So I'm waiting. I'm like, what the heck? So I contact Skip. I'm like, oh, what's happening? Blah, blah. And they're like, oh, it says delivered. Like, I'm like, yeah, I told you guys, like, I didn't get my order. It said delivered. I checked. There's no food. Like, my order is not here.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, wait, hold on. Let me go check your order. And then the same answer again. It's like, oh, the order says completed. I'm like, are you serious? Like, what do I got to do to get my food or like money back?
Yeah.
And this last week, it happened recently. I spent like 40 something on food because I had to buy like everybody food.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, that's a pretty big like,
order. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Like that's not just for me. That's like for 3 other people.
Yeah.
And you're telling me that my food's not here again, the 4th time, yo.
Yeah.
So like this is the 4th time, right? So I'm pissed. I'm like, yo, this is happening too much now. First, second time, okay, whatever, coincidence. Third time, okay, getting sus. 4th time, no, they're doing it on purpose now. And what's stupid is like I checked the guy's like the delivery driver, like his profile and shit. He has like 1,000 something deliveries, so he's been doing it.
Yeah,
he's not a new person. And in my head, I'm like, bro, this guy for sure found some way out that he's like deliver this, then not deliver this one, deliver, then not deliver this one, take the food, etc. I'm like, bro, man. I messaged Skip and I was like, bro, this is the 4th time. I tell him this is the 4th time this has happened to me. Like,
what can you guys do for me? Yeah.
Usually I ask for refunds and they give me my full refund. But this time it pissed me off because I was like hungry, I'm starving.
100%.
Like, what the hell? I'm like, yo, I ordered this much food for this much people and I didn't get my order. And then you're just gonna refund me? Nah, like give me something else too, man. Like maybe I'm asking for more, but like, bro, that's 4 times, man. That's not normal, yo.
Yeah.
That's not normal. And
I was 100%.
I was like, man, what's happening? And the person was just like, yeah, well, we could just full refund you, blah blah, and that's like about it, etc. Okay, whatever. Just give me my full refund.
Yeah.
And that's it. And then like, oh, I just wired the money back to you, blah blah. Is there anything else I can help? I just didn't reply, yo. I didn't
100%.
reply.
100%.
Fuck you guys, yo. Now I don't ever order from Skip, yo. DoorDash or Uber Eats, that's the way to go now.
And you know what? Like I find more and more with the Skip drivers, like they have that option because like I even drove Skip too. Like I was driving Skip for like a little bit. Probably for like one of my first jobs there. And so when driving Skip, like you have the option to say, picking up the order, like it tells you for the notifications, like your driver's picking up the order, the order's getting ready, whatever, the order's been received, it's on the way to your house. So like you have like those buttons on your phone and stuff like that. These
To
skip
notify,
drivers,
yeah.
these skip drivers more and more have just been like pressing, like when they even like before they get up the order, you know what I'm saying? Like they'll press like receive the order, coming like to deliver it, and or like they
Yeah,
dropped
just to
it
make
off.
up some time or some shit.
I've seen dudes like who picked up the order, and once they picked up the order, they've been like, yo, like it's been delivered. Like the second that they pick up the order, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, bro, like you're 25 minutes away. Like, how the fuck are you delivering the order that fast? Like you got some A1 service if that's the case.
It's so
You know?
stupid.
Like what the
It's
fuck
so
car are you in? Like
stupid.
what's that shit called? The DeLorean or whatever from fucking Back to the Future?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like
Teleports.
like what the fuck are you driving, man? Like what Toyota, bro, is pulling you
Yo,
like that?
what's funny too, man? Like Skip's GPS for their drivers, ass, 100%
Garbage.
ass.
Garbage.
I like sometimes when I track my order, like I remember I ordered McDonald's like Q8 like near my house, and this person instead of just going down Q8 in Manitoba, etc., and then to my street, which is like 5-minute drive at most, this guy did like Q8 in Burrow.
That's what I'm saying. Like they take a totally
like all the way to
different
Route
route.
90. Like,
It's like,
like
bro,
he
you
went
got a
around the
GPS in
whole
your phone,
Tyndall
man.
area to get to my house.
Yeah, and not
I'm
to
like,
bash
what do you
down
do? You don't even
anybody.
have another place to drop off.
100%, and like not to bash down any of the drivers or people who don't know how to like utilize like their cell phones and the tools that they have.
Because I know like most of the skip drivers are like people are new. Yeah.
Exactly. But at the same time, it's like maybe Skip should be offering like more training towards that, you know, like although like it's supposedly supposed to be
Bro,
like
Skip hires anybody. Yo.
exactly
Skip hires anybody.
exactly, but like that's what I'm saying, like at least have like not only how to
They don't
use
care,
the
bro.
app, but
If you got
also
your license and a car, you're hired.
bro, if you got half a license and half a car, you're hired, man. Those guys fucking, they hired me, bro, with next to nothing. I think I don't even know what I had, bro. I think I just fresh out of my new license there. I just got it, and then I think I was like I got into something where I was gonna get suspended or some shit like that. Long story, but anyways, yeah, they didn't care, and like even like when I wasn't even paying for my license and stuff like that, like I was still driving with them. Like they don't check at all.
So stupid.
Yeah.
It's funny too because my cousin works for Skip, yo.
Yeah.
My cousin works for Skip.
Man, Don, our boy Dino is working for Skip inside the office, hey?
Facts.
Facts, yeah. I remember
Bro, what the heck? Don's here?
yeah. Don, didn't you give me a call one time?
Oh yeah, for your interview.
Yeah, for my interview.
Bro, that was illegal shit, bro.
That was illegal shit.
Yeah, you don't
No
say that
cap,
right
bro.
now. What the hell, yo?
That was bad, yo. I wasn't allowed to search your name.
Fucking
It wasn't illegal. It wasn't legal. It was by mistake. Oh
yeah,
man.
my bad.
Hey, we're recording here. I might have to
Oh
Who else
yeah.
is here, yo?
Edit that.
I got my boy Nick in here too. Nick's joining us.
What's good?
Hey Nick, man, how's it going, bro?
You know, am I allowed to swear on this?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Oh, fuck no.
Fuck no.
No, I'm just cooked right now, bro. I won't cap.
All good. That's even better, bro. Maybe this shit gets more in depth with you. I like it.
Should we wait for Jesse? Because Jesse said
I believe Jesse said he's gonna help his dad out a little bit here, so he's just kind of out of the podcast. So maybe we can continue forward, and Jesse can just hop in when he's back. You know.
Facts.
Here, just for Jesse.
Yeah, I might have to dip a little early if that's cool, bro.
Oh, bro, don't even worry about it.
Okay.
Right here. Okay, boom. Okay, so Nick, Dawn, did you guys get a chance to see what we were talking about at all?
Honestly, no.
right?
I was pretty busy today, bro.
That's all good. That is all good.
deep one, yo.
Yeah, so this one's gonna be a little bit deep too, Nick.
I'm
Hopefully,
freestyling this, bro.
freestyling this. I like that.
Top.
That's good. So basically, what I want to start off with is like, for right now, like even though we're at a young age, do we have even a handle or even like a concept, an idea of what we believe our purpose in life is? Like, do you guys have any type of idea like what your true purpose in life is, or do you guys feel like all, and it's okay not to be like sure, like a lot of people are like that. So if that's your answer, you know what I'm saying, like don't even feel pressured to say like I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn, you hit it heavy, bro. Fuck. God damn.
Man, well, hold on. I'll go with J-Mal first. Just put him on the spot. He's a regular here.
Bro, what the fuck?
Hey, man, you a regular, bro. You should be ready for this. Come on.
I swear we were just talking before you started recording about this.
Come on, man.
Open it up. What's the question?
Man, so like I said, like, do you have, or do you feel like you have an idea what your purpose in life is, or do you feel like there's something that like you're meant to be doing, you know what I'm saying, that you may be doing right now, on track to be doing, or aren't completely doing at all because something's in the way?
See, yo, this is a tough one, man. Like, I wouldn't say right now I feel like I know what my purpose is. Okay. I feel like no one knows what their purpose is unless like you're like that 1% that does.
100%.
Good for you.
100%.
People have their lives like fucking laid out for them, etc.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. For me, yo, like, nah, I don't know. I don't know what my purpose is.
And that's like, good, man. That's.
But I feel like that's okay.
100%.
I have my whole lifetime to figure out what I want to do in my life, or like figure out. Like I don't believe in like anything's too late, you know.
Yeah.
Like you could always work on something, work on yourself, and you could always figure out shit what you want to do, etc. Mm-hmm. Yeah, like for me right now, I think I'm focused on school.
Yeah.
Kind of finish school up, but yet again,
like right now you got some priorities going.
Yeah, that's like my main priority, finishing school. Mm-hmm. But I don't think that's like when I finish school and get my degree for that program I'm in, I want to like venture off a bit after I'm done school. Yeah. Like I don't want to get a job right away. I want to, explore some shit in my life. Like I finished school. I have a degree. I could get a job easily. Yeah. But why not have some fun for a bit? Like figure out what I actually want to do in life.
Of course. Yeah.
Like for me, I always think like I don't want to work a 9 to 5. I never want to work a 9 to 5.
And like that's the thing with some people.
Like I feel like, yeah. Like like it's normal to work a 9 to 5. There's nothing wrong with it. Yeah. But I want to be that part of that group where you don't work a 9 to 5. You work your own hours. You start your own businesses, and you're happy with your life. Just be happy with what you're doing. And I feel like I'm still trying to figure out what I want to do.
Yeah. And like just to add into that a little bit, like some people out there, like even working a 9 to 5 for them, it means a lot. You know what I'm saying? Some people out there would die for a 9 to 5, and once they get that opportunity, they live it out. They're so happy with it. Mm-hmm. They work, they grind, they make a happy life.
There's nothing wrong with it.
Of course. Yeah, of course.
If whatever makes you feel you're safe and like stable, take it. But for me, I want to take that risk and
exactly
see where I end up.
Exactly. And we see so many people every day, you know what I'm saying? People that are starting entrepreneur like businesses, who are just starting up like anything, you know what I'm saying? Like they just start investing more in stocks. They start investing into whatever it is, they start going into real estate. They change their careers, whatever it may be, et cetera, et cetera. They decide to make that change just because they feel what they're on right now, that pattern, that process that they're going through on a consistent basis. They feel as if like, hey, like maybe I'm not supposed to be here. Maybe this isn't right.
Maybe for you, it's not for you, man.
Yeah, maybe I should just take this little like turn off the road and
see where it takes me.
Yeah, see where this free land goes, because most of the time what we're on is this straight ahead road.
The same road that everybody takes.
Exactly. In the same line, following after following after following. And some people, like I said, and like we mentioned, some people don't mind following. They have the window down, they have their face out, enjoying the wind.
Yeah, everything's laid out for them. Everything's safe.
They enjoy it, and that's totally okay. But for some other people, they're sitting there with the face in their wind, and
like fuck that,
they're faded out, thinking to themselves, like you said, they're like, man, what am I doing in this line? You know what I'm saying? Like, what am I doing right now, right here? What can I be doing that's different from this? Yeah.
No, I feel like what I'm trying to like, it's okay to like stay on that road, but it's like, hey man, you take that little detour go off and do your own thing.
Yeah,
And it's like, even if you fail or not, it's like, hey man, at least you tried it, you know?
exactly.
All you need, like, I live by this. All you need is that one opportunity, that one chance that someone gives you, or like something is given to you, and you just take it. You take it and you go with it.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm waiting for, I guess, you know?
Yeah. And like, even just to get Nick involved here a little bit, like, Nick, man, like you could have easily been going into like any 9 to 5s or anything like that, but you chose a career path of barbering. You know what I'm saying? Like, you found inspiration to you where you thought like, hey, like maybe this can turn into something, and you just continue forward with it. And like, look at you know what I'm saying? Like, you're barbering for the homies, you cutting
Yeah.
a lot of clients up, making good money for yourself, you're enjoying yourself, getting your own little places, whether it's with roommates, whether it's by yourself. Like how did you feel about like doing that? Like, how was that decision make for you? And did you have anything else in line for you that you were going to take, but you decided not to?
Okay, bro. This is the origin story, bro.
Okay,
So I was senior year,
Yeah.
high school. I was working at Don's, bro. And I
Okay,
was like,
100%.
fuck this place, bro. I was like 2 years in there. I
Yeah.
was like, fuck this shit, dog. I don't want to do this
Yeah.
shit. Plus, okay, I grew up in Steinbach, right? So there's no barbers out here. So I'm just
Okay,
thinking like, yo, no one cuts hair here. Like no one, like, there's just like salons and shit. So like
Yeah.
everyone just be getting just like one on the side, like no fade at all. Right.
Damn,
So I just
drip.
no. So like, okay, honestly, if I just start up, everyone's just gonna go to me, and that's just what happened, bro.
Yeah.
But but I didn't like see it coming, you know what I mean? I was just like, I just bought a clipper from like Canadian Tire. I'm just like, okay, fuck it.
Fuck it.
Let's do it.
Yeah, get it started.
Yeah.
Just get started.
But man, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, look how that turns out for you. Look how one simple decision and like just your heart telling you like, man, maybe this isn't for me, you know, like working at McDonald's. Like, I was the same thing. Like I said, like my first job was working at a pizza joint, and I was thinking to myself like, yo, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's good money. I moved out. I was like 17 moving out, bro. And so like I was starting to pay for like my own little spot there. Luckily I had somebody there who was like, yo, like I'll toss you a little spot. Like, you can have a room here. Like, it was all good. But that's what I was saying. Like, I kind of got on like a consistent basis, and I started to kind of hate myself a little bit, you know, because deep down I felt like I was regretting this decision. You know, I was like, man, like I could be doing something else. I could be going back home. I could be focusing on something else. Like, my mom will take me back in for sure. Like, we've always had a good relationship. Like, even though like that moving out at the time was due to like some experiences there, like some personal issues, like obviously family never turns their back on family. And so like I started to consider that, you know, and I'm sitting there like, man, I'm paying like $800, $900 a month, like for like this whole thing, for bills, for whatever it is, for my car. And I'm thinking to myself, like I said, like, is this my purpose? You know, is this where I'm supposed to be? Is this what I'm supposed to do? Am I supposed to endure like this like struggle? You know what I'm saying? This stress. And I just thought to myself, I'm like, man, no, fuck that. Yo, I got out that bitch. I ended up coming back home. I ended up going back into basketball again. Like I said, like, so around that time too, around 17, like going into my grade 12 year, that was perfect, you know, because that's where I popped off the most. And that's where I was like, okay, this decision was proper, you know, like this was, and that's like a minor decision too. Like it didn't change the world for me, but it also did change where I was heading to. It was just a different path that I was taking, you know, and we constantly have those little turnoffs that we can continue to take. What about Don? Don, how about you, man? Anything that you want to add in on that?
Honestly, not really, bro. Like, I don't really know. I mean, I guess I don't know my purpose, but I also know what I guess I want to do. But I don't know if that's my purpose, I guess.
Yeah.
No, that's
I guess it's kind of difficult.
That's kind of different.
And at the same time, like I said, like sometimes we don't even know what our true purpose is. And for some people, like J-Mel mentioned, like it's a 1%, you know what I'm saying? It's like a 1% of the population where they're like, I'm meant to do this. I'm gonna like, you know, like break my back doing this. But like
they get all the signs in their life, and they just take it. You know?
Everything else aside from that is basically like an interest, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like
something
see, I know what I want to do. You know, like I want to finish school, but I don't know if that's my purpose.
But exactly, because after that, you said you also want to travel a bit. You also want to like expand. You know what I'm saying? You want to get out there. You want to adventure. So So like I said, like it's definitely a roller coaster of emotions when thinking about that, because we don't fully have like a grasp on that, you know. Like
Yeah, exactly. Because it's also not like I know what I'm gonna do for sure, and I'm already successful doing it. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, big
So I feel
facts.
like it's still too young. I'm still too young to figure out whether or not I want to do whatever I'm doing
Mhm.
for the rest of my life, right?
Would you feel like so like just talking about even your career a little bit, like say like even just in
Right.
basketball, would
Right.
you say what you did going to Sisler, not taking like did you have at the time any prep offers or anything like that to go to?
I didn't have any prep offers, but I had like AAU offers
Yeah,
just
so
for
like
the
even
summer
something
to
like
get more interest and shit.
yeah, so even
So
something like that, like so what held you back from even taking like that little decision of like maybe I should go to AAU, maybe I should like just test that out, like because you stuck
uh,
in like into Winnipeg like for most of your time, hey, like because from what I
right.
recall, obviously I don't know like what you did too much,
Yeah, yeah.
so maybe you
Yeah,
could like shed
so
some light on that a little bit.
yeah, so the reason why I I guess the number one reason why I did decide to stay in Winnipeg is just like the money situation. Like I didn't want to go to AAU. AAU would have probably would have cost me like 5 racks,
It's
and
it's
it was
expensive,
just for the
yeah,
summer, right? So like it
yeah,
doesn't really sound worth. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Oh, they don't cover you?
No, they don't cover anything because it's not like a prep where
yeah,
it's like school
Oh,
and
it's
stuff.
not. Oh,
yeah,
So
yeah,
like
yeah.
it's basically they
That's
basically just
crazy.
go off like donations and shit like that,
yeah.
right?
And even with some AAUs, it could also depend on who their sponsor is,
Mhm.
Exactly,
and
yeah.
you
And
rarely
then
come across some that are really good sponsors that can cover costs like that.
So basically,
exactly,
you're
yeah,
like
because it's
paying
not
for
like in the
exposure, eh?
States. You're basically paying for exposure, yeah. Like you get
100%.
to go to all these good tournaments, but even when you do go to these good tournaments, it's not like you're in the number one division. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah,
Like you'll be in a sick tournament, but like
Yeah, that's true,
you'll
true, true,
only be
true.
in like B division. So like you're not
yeah,
playing against top players. You know what I
I
mean?
yeah,
feel you.
yeah.
Yeah.
And like
It's like, is
that's
it
So
even really worth it?
that's something where
yeah,
you're gonna have
exactly.
to continuously like invest in to make your way up to that. You know what I'm saying? Like it's kind of like getting your looks from JUCO going
Mhm.
into the NCAA almost.
Exactly,
Oh, okay,
exactly.
okay. I
Yeah.
feel you. I feel you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
Go ahead, go ahead.
yeah, for I guess for school, I guess the reason why I stayed in Winnipeg,
Yeah.
and the reason why I didn't want to go play prep or go play with the AAU or whatever is just because like I was taught that basketball is an opportunity. It's not more. It's not something that's like. It's not something that you could do forever.
Okay.
You know
Yep.
what I mean?
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
So like the mentality that I have like a long term mentality to the point where like I need to be doing this. If I'm gonna be doing this, like I need to benefit from it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah. 100%.
And I mean, I guess basketball was benefiting for me at the time, just because I mean, I was getting offered like free school, all that stuff.
Hmm.
But I was also thinking like, even after school, am I even gonna play? Like I have the opportunity to play, but
Yeah.
like, am I really gonna take that chance? Like for example, if I were to go to PBA like I'm not sure how much money they make exactly, but it's just like basketball isn't forever. I could go there 1 year and then just get injured the next,
Yeah. It's kind
and
of
then
like,
my career is
Big
basically done.
facts.
and that's why you
A
also
big
have your
risk.
school there for that plan B. You know what I'm saying? Because
Exactly,
that
yeah.
can always assure you or ensure you that you'll have something there, whether you're injured or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
And I was also told like even if you do go to school in the Philippines,
Yeah.
sometimes your education doesn't get transferred over. So like for
Okay.
example, if I were to go to the Philippines and be, let's say, uh, get my diploma for a nurse,
Yeah.
um, I wouldn't be able to transfer that back in Canada. So I would basically have to go to
Oh.
school all over again.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
Say
just
Yeah.
like,
really?
yeah, I don't know if that's the case, but that's just what I heard, and I didn't want to
Yeah.
do any more research regarding that because like
I
I
feel
don't
like that
know.
makes sense though, because like
Yeah.
two
That's the
different
same
Yeah,
thing
countries,
with
because
probably two
engineers
different rules.
too.
Yeah. Jesse, what did you have to add in?
That's the same thing with engineers here too. Like if you get your diploma from the Philippines, you can't be, and you come to here, Canada, can't
yeah,
be an
it's not
engineer.
the same.
Damn.
Yeah.
Oh, word. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
like I didn't want to risk that because even if I finish my schooling there and then I come back here, it's just like I have to restart basically. I don't really have a life, you know
100%.
what I mean?
and
Back
So
to
that's why
zero.
that's a
yeah.
big risk to take. You know, that's a big pressure.
exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
Like I'm just relying on my body. Like, I
Yeah.
never know what's gonna happen. I never know if I'm
Yeah.
gonna get injured, if I'm gonna
True.
like just have a career-ending injury, right?
Yeah.
You never know what's gonna happen in
How
basketball.
short your
So-
career can be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly, yeah.
So
So I personally didn't want to take that risk.
100%. And so like that's also a good thing too, because that's also like kind of what we want to really like target, is like there's a choice also that we have to make, there's risks that we have to make, or we can't decide to make.
Sacrifices.
Exactly, right?
Right,
So we come across those and they can all lead to something different. Like you also did you have the opportunity of being offered by U of M as well, or was it just U of W that just came front and said, hey, we want you?
It was U of M too.
Okay.
But then U of W was more they're more productive in trying to get me in, like always
Okay,
messaging me, like
so
this and
is that what
So,
happened? Like what helped in aiding like your decision there?
honestly, it was also based on the fact that U of W is closer,
Okay.
and
Yeah.
they had the program that I wanted to go into.
Okay. Yeah.
So
So
and
all
it
kind
was
of worked its
also
way out.
yeah, exactly. And then they also they didn't offer me minutes, but like I knew that it was a better fit for me just because of the team circumstances.
Yeah,
at the time.
minute wise, yeah, and how
Right,
their
right.
style of play is kind of.
Exactly. Yeah,
Yeah, definitely fit you in there, man. Fucking popped
Yeah,
off
man.
doing that. Yeah, like so even Jesse too, like Jesse can kind of relate to this a little bit because you're doing your music right now too, and you have to make tons of sacrifices, you know what I'm saying? So like even with working, like you were working with the airport, I believe you said there, right? And then you decided to start taking this full course of going towards music. So that alone was a big sacrifice to take. And like right then and there, I guess you kind of could say you had that feeling that your heart telling you, like maybe this is the route, maybe this is the path that's better chosen, that's better fitted for myself. Like, do you think you can agree on that?
For sure. I've done school. I
Yeah.
went through, and keep in mind, I was like 3 years into engineering.
Okay,
Last year would have been done.
Yeah.
I averaged a 3.8 GPA.
Yeah.
And I just said, fuck it. Because it wasn't like something I can see myself long term.
Yeah.
I was like kind of bullshitting myself saying, yo, like, just withstand it, yo. Like it's good pay.
Yeah.
But not like when you have that, like it's good to have that mentality at the same time, but it's also kind of toxic in the way like you'd be bullshitting yourself. You wouldn't be doing yourself justice.
Yeah. No, I can totally agree with that. Yeah. So do you feel like you feel pretty good and you're doing good for yourself too, especially with the music right now? So do you feel like you have any regrets leaving that? I doubt it.
No,
Eh?
no,
Yeah.
not.
Yeah. Because you're definitely doing successful in it, especially like me knowing you, like and hearing, you know what I'm saying, the things that you've told me and like the stuff that you have planned, the people that you're working with, like definitely that was that one chance that you took that really led to something where it was truly like pure happiness for you, like that was like where you found your contentment kind of.
Yeah, like it's pretty crazy.
Yeah, man, it's a super crazy thing. And like that's the whole reason like that I wanted to target with the whole like finding your purpose too, because it's like I said, a roller coaster, it's definitely different for everybody else. Everybody goes through something different. Like for me, for instance, like I mentioned, like I've gone through tons of stuff, especially with basketball that can relate to Dawn. Like I had offers of school that I should have took, but then I decided not to, but then that blew up my whole basketball career pretty much, like for right then, like I felt like I lost it completely, so after I gave up those chances, I went into working a 9 to 5, 8 to 6, whatever it is, like I started getting into this consistent routine where I just thought like, hey, let me get whatever opportunity I can with working somewhere at a job where I don't feel like I belong there, but it doesn't matter what I feel like, because like, you know what I'm saying? What I want to do isn't going to put the food on the table for myself, the roof over my head. It's not going to, pay the bills. And so like that was something that I definitely got stuck in a lot. And I was, like I said, consistently following this pattern, and I was continuously day by day like killing my energy, you know, like
Mhm.
I was starting to lose positivity, I was starting to lose self-esteem, I was starting to lose confidence, whatever it is, you know. I was losing every little bit of me left that I had prior to going down that route. And when it, like, even right now, like, it can totally relate to that because I'm working in a car dealership. And like I said, at first I was super enthusiastic. I was excited. I was thrilled. I was like, man, this opportunity is going to be next level. You know, like, I'm working in a car dealership. We're selling expensive cars, like $30,000 cars, you know? And if I can build a good clientele, if I can stick with it in the next couple years, I could be making really good money for myself. But then, like you said, it's kind of toxic in a way to feel the way that we feel with some of these choices, because now I'm sitting in this position and I'm saying to myself, man, I don't feel like I should be here. I don't feel like I should continue down this path. I don't feel as if this is right for me. And now I'm in like this whole, like I said, this whole mixed emotion kind of situation here, saying, like, get out, get out, get out, you know, like, leave while you can, start doing something else. And now I'm starting to like, I'm starting to kind of get into this podcasting, I'm starting to get into the streaming, I'm starting to like invest into like my physical health again because I want to get back in shape. And so, like, now that I start thinking about all of those and how those fit in with my 8 to 6 job, I'm like, man, they don't, you know what I'm saying, they don't work hand in hand. It's almost as if like I can't do what I love because I've got myself stuck in a situation that is hard to get out of, you know? And I'm not saying that I can't just go ahead and quit my job and things can be all easy. Uh, because I can, like, to be honest, especially with the opportunity of the CERB, you know, I could honestly just say like, hey, like, could you guys let me go, boom, go on CERB, pay the bills, try to go towards this. But at the same time, CERB only pays you so much too, you know?
Mhm.
And CERB can only like just kind of get by. And that's not something that like I might want to take the risk of. And like I said, this is where I come across that moment where it's like, should I do it? Should I not? Should I do it? Do it, you know, like, don't do it. Like, you're stupid if you do it. Like, my mind's telling me all these different things. And yeah, like I said, like, it's definitely confusing, definitely frustrating, because even as young as we are, like, we still come across these, like, what we should and what we shouldn't do moments and these dilemmas that we face. And so it's definitely hard to make these decisions because we don't know where it's going to take us. We don't know what it's going to lead to. We don't know if it's for the good or like the better or the worse. And so that's kind of something that's cool to talk about right now, because then the more we talk about it, and like, that's the main thing about some of these podcasts too, is that the more we talk about it, the more that maybe we focus on it in our own time, aside from the podcast, you know, when we're doing our own thing, when we're at our jobs and stuff like that. And maybe it starts to become a reality for us, you know, maybe it starts to become kind of more intriguing and interesting to us, because it's like, hey, like, I actually got to kind of talk about the pros and cons, and maybe the pros are starting to outweigh the cons a little bit, and maybe it's a good opportunity for me to take. Maybe this is the change in my life that I needed. Maybe this is somewhat of a purpose that my life has, you know, because like Jamel, like Don mentioned, we don't really know too much, and it's a small percentage of us that do. But that knowing our purpose definitely doesn't come easy, you know. It doesn't come by just like that. And it's like a light that turns on above our head, and we're like, yep, that's what we're doing, 100%. It's going to be super awesome. I'm going to stick all the way through it, and you know, put my head down and get to work. So yeah,
Yeah.
so
Bro,
definitely.
once you know your vision, like everything else becomes so much clearer.
Exactly.
Like
Exactly.
like with me chasing music, especially, like fuck, like I guess the more success I feed off of from the audience, right?
Yeah.
It's like, holy fuck, this this vision, I can manifest it.
Yeah.
Manifest this bitch. I can
Yeah.
make it further. And it's just it becomes bigger than you. like it's so cliche to say, but it actually does become bigger than you, because now that that vision is painted for me, it's like, okay, now I all I have to worry about is actually just fulfilling the purpose now.
Yeah.
And the purpose is just, for me right now, the bigger purpose of everything, like aside from music, is to shape the younger generation's mind into thinking like, yo, if you just put in the work, you can make it anywhere you can, and anywhere you want.
Mm-hmm. That's good, man. That's good. Definitely, that's something that we got to pass on. Like our generation does have to be that leading example for those like next up, because they're going to be going through the exact same thing, or if not worse. The generation
Yeah.
before us experienced their own kind of struggle, their own kind of like purpose finding. You know what I'm saying? And we have our own unique way of stuff. The next generation will have theirs, but the only thing that we need to do right now is figure it out, or even just work towards it, so that we can show, like you said, like the next generation can become visionaries like us.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, that's super sick. Um, just to kind of call out my boy Nick here.
It's good.
Kind of just want to get your perspective on this a little bit. Like I said, I'm gonna continuously pick out random people throughout, so don't feel too pressured.
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
Yeah, man. You said you were gonna freestyle it anyways.
Yo, man.
So
Did I
even
go my bag?
I need you to go into it, man. I need you to really pull out everything on this one. But even with barbering being something that you're doing right now and something that you're loving, like, do you feel like you've gotten any signs over the times of barbering where there's something else that you maybe wanted to do? Like I said, like we sometimes even find something that we love, something that like is good, but then like me and Jesse mentioned before, we have this toxic trait of even something else popping up, and then it's right then and there, like, man, like your main focus is on that, whether or not like you have something you're starting up right now, or something that you've been in for a minute that you're comfortable with. Like, is there something that's been adding on to that with you, or has barbering been something that you just kind of want to expand with?
Honestly, man, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna be in my Tito wisdom right here, bro.
All right, man.
Okay, man. This is my theory, bro. This is my outlook on this shit, bro.
Go ahead.
So purpose, I feel like a lot of people, like, they correlate purpose in their life and with their career, which is fair, because that's like your whole life, right? That's your that's what keeps you going. But I feel like, me personally, I feel like, okay, I don't know my purpose, but I feel like you'll know your purpose from within yourself. You know what I mean? Just like, it's not something that's just gonna be like yo, like, it's not gonna be always like about a job or some shit like that, right?
Yeah.
Because like, think about like some people who have like your purpose. I feel like purpose changed throughout your life, bro. Once you have a family, you're gonna be like, okay, my purpose is like my family. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, I don't really try to get fixated on that, because like, me personally, I correlate purpose with like happiness, because at the end of the day, you're just trying to be happy, right?
Yeah.
So like, barbering is good, but like, honestly, like, it just keeps me happy for like the past couple of years now.
Yeah.
And that's what sticks with me.
And
so
that's
like,
good, man.
If I'm doing something, if I'm doing something, I'm not enjoying it, man, I'm getting the fuck out of there, bro.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. And at least you mentioned, like, you have this barbering now kind of as your foundation, you know what I'm saying? Like, so no matter what, like, your happiness belongs in barbering, but you could, like you said, venture off at any time in your life if life throws something different at you, and you can maybe find something else to get into. Like, we have this big variety of purposes, and it's good for the viewers to hear this too, because some people think like, well, what is my purpose then? Like, do I have to find my purpose? And it's like, no, man, like, your purpose could be like a million things, your purpose could be a huge variety of shit that you don't even know about. But as long as your heart's telling you, yo, like, this makes you super content. You know what I'm saying? Like, this brings happiness to your heart. Like, man, like, this is something that you should probably be following, maybe this leads to something even better. Maybe it leads to worse. That also goes hand in hand with our trial and error that we mentioned before, like, this is definitely something that everybody needs to experiment, you know. They can't just sit in like some comfort zone sometimes, and that, like I said, like that's for some people. Some people enjoy that comfort,
Yeah.
you know, and that's totally okay, because why not be comfortable? Why not be happy? Why not continuously
Yeah.
just build off of that? And some people will find like they're content through that, you know. They'll be happy with what they've done after, you know, life is said and done.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So that's
Because
super.
like for my like when I start barbering, like I was just like, oh shit, all this shit's gonna be expensive as fuck. This is when I just started out, right?
Yeah.
And maybe like a couple months in, I was just like, yo, this shit's fire. Like I love doing this shit. Like I was dropping bags, didn't care, because I knew at the end of the day I was happy with what I was doing.
100%. Yeah.
So like I feel like once you find your purpose, you're just gonna like the pros are, you're not even gonna like think about the cons at all, bro. Like you'll just see pros like when you're thinking about what you're doing, you know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%. No, that's good, man. That's definitely good. And like it's definitely helpful to get everybody's perspective on this, you know. I definitely want to hear everybody's point of view on what they feel and what they believe, and what they want, you know, or what they're comfortable with, what they're uncomfortable with, because like I said before, it's good for everybody. It's good for me, it's good for Jesse, JML, you know, Don. It's good for you to hear from everybody else, because in the end, like I said, like maybe it helps you along the way. Maybe like this assists you in like deciding something later down the road. Maybe this becomes an idea that pops up in your head 2 years from now. Like, hey, remember that one podcast that I had with Tiernan? I remember one thing Don said, or one thing JML said, that really got to me, you know, that really made sense to me. And even though it's 2 years away from that, and like that 2 years that you spent was whether or not it was eventful or not, you know, or like anything happened during those 2 years, like right then and there after those 2 years, you say, yo, I'm gonna do this because that was my thought process at that time. Now I've opened the way a little bit. Maybe I have a little bit of some space to do it. Maybe it's a risk I'm taking. Maybe it's a 50-50 that like if it doesn't work out, then you know what I'm saying, like it'll be hard on me, but like at least it's something there, you know. At least something finally affects you after however long it takes, you know. At least it kind of had some impact on you. Yeah, man, that's good. Even like dilemmas, you know what I'm saying? Like I guess we kind of talked about it a little bit, but like I said, like even just adding into my own stuff, like even with work, you know, like I'm happy with work. Don't get me wrong. Like the work that I'm doing, like, bro, like I'm studying product knowledge. I'm studying the cars. I'm studying like different skill sets that I could definitely use later on in life, and that's super good for me. And I feel like it's super impactful, you know, and effective. And so, don't get me wrong when I say that I'm uncomfortable being there, and like I don't want to be there too. But like that's like two different sides of me that say one thing and the other, you know, because like I said, one side of me tells myself, yo, excuse me, yo, get out of there. Like this isn't the job for you. You should be focusing on this and that. You could do this to be financially stable, just to get by, just so you can build like a foundation for yourself out of this. And then another side of me says like, yo, why don't you work with this side, work during these times that you have doing this, and maybe see if you can make them all fit in one. Like even though like you got, like I said, you got to think about the pros and cons. You got to think about, okay, if I do that, like how much stress is going to add on to what I'm doing? Is it something that I'm able to handle? Is it something that may or may not, you know, like not be as stressful? Like is it something that will be super easy to deal with? Like is it bearable? Is it manageable? And that's like the thought process that like even I go through alone right now in my current state, you know, in my current position in life, because that's like a dilemma that I'm facing personally. And it's, you know, it's different for everybody else. So it's good to see the point of views, you know. It's good to see how everybody's handling their stuff and what's going on with them, because definitely I feel 100% everybody can relate to that. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So to add to this, how's everybody doing so far, by the way? Everybody pretty good on this? Everybody feel comfortable? Can I get a
Yes, sir.
yeah, man?
Here.
That's good. Good to have everybody involved with it. How do you like the topic so far? How do you guys feel talking about this? How is this like impacting you even? Or if it's not, you know, that's totally okay. Thanks for you know, telling me to go fuck myself. But I'm just playing. But what do you guys think? Can somebody tell me their point of view right now and how they like this conversation?
Okay, I guess I'll go.
Go ahead. Take it.
Like, me personally, bro, like anytime like I'm with my homies, just like I feel like if you have having the discussions or conversations that no one wants to like talk about, I feel like that's where you can like grow within yourself and just, you know, expand your mind, bro. Because like me and my homies, you know, even we hit the session, like we just go in our bag, bro.
Even with the homies is reassurance too, man. Like me, J-Mal, Don, Jesse, we had this conversation in our previous one, especially talking about our mental health from like from men's standpoint, like point of view. We talked about how like even our boys, like sometimes we don't talk about too emotional stuff, but sometimes like we even do come across occasional like career paths, you know, like what we should and what we shouldn't do. I think I've had a few of these discussions with Jesse, because Jesse's kind of more closer to someone I've talked to about that. I've talked with J-Mal too about like my path with God and everything like that, and getting involved into church, and he helped me get with that, you know. And like it's super dope to have the homies there, you know what I'm saying, to have your bestest of friends or just your dudes, you know what I'm saying, like whoever they are, like there to discuss with you, because whether or not they help you with the situation, you almost help yourself, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, for
pretty
sure.
much help yourself talking it over, because you convince yourself, you know what I'm saying, like you just talk your feelings, and whether or not they say something that's super effective or super like what's that called, like wise, you know what I'm saying, like they're dropping wisdom down on you, you basically tell yourself like, yo, like kind of talk myself out of this, you know, I'm kind of not really in the stump that I believed I was. Yeah, man, that's good. Jama, what about you, man? How's the conversation going for you so far?
You know, it's just a vibe, you know, just
It's a
chilling
vibe?
the usual.
That's good, man.
You know,
That's
just
good.
going with it.
That's
I
good.
feel like I don't know, these podcasts are always good because for me, I like talking to people and I like picking their minds, you know.
Yeah, 100%.
Like I like seeing how people look at things, how I look at other things, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like when we talk about basketball, I like talking about like when like I like listening to when people talk about like how they see the game or whatever. It's the same thing goes with life, you know.
Exactly.
Like what's your purpose, you know? It's like,
yeah, man.
For me, I don't know personally.
Exactly.
But like when I hear like others talk about it, it's like, you know, it gives me a little wake up call. It's like, shit, you know, maybe like it isn't that like hard to find out. It's just you need to wait. You need to take your time figuring it out. You know what I mean?
And it's super cool because then you kind of sit there and like, man, like I've been looking at like what is my purpose and not seeing it from one angle. But like,
let me look at it this
yeah,
way,
like
you know,
let me go to the side a little bit, man. And I can kind of see something different going on.
You can see it and you can do something with it.
Yeah, exactly. And then it starts opening up, you know, it starts to become brighter. That door starts to open a bit because the curiosity starts to build, you know. And then it's like, man, like damn, then your mind opens up a little bit and you're sitting there like, fuck, bro, like I could probably be doing this, you know, I could probably start messing with this a little bit and slowly working my way into that. So yeah, it's super dope having other people.
Yeah, it's like you think about this shit to yourself all the time, and it's like the moment when you finally get to voice it in like a moment like this, it's like it's refreshing, you know, because it's like you think you only have these thoughts to yourself, but like other people have the same thoughts, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%.
Like what Nick said, like with me and my homies, we talk about different shit all the time, and it's like for us, sometimes we get that deep talk. Like it's like, man, like what are we doing with life? Like what are we trying to do in the future? Like that conversation comes up a lot.
Yeah.
Like especially what me and my friends do a lot. Like we get into a lot of shit. like I'm not gonna go into detail, but like, we get into a lot of shit. Yeah, I mean, but like that conversation always comes to mind. It's like, you know, like we can't be doing this all the time. Like, we chose a path. We got down into it, went into it like a wrong turn. We ended up doing some shit that we're not so proud of. But it's like, are we gonna stay like this, or are we gonna like do something? Because sooner or later, we're gonna have families, wives, kids. You know,
100%.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Or what I always think about is like the shit I do, even if I'm not getting caught or in shit right now, it's gonna catch up later. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like when I think about like my purpose and like life and shit, it's like, you know, I can't be doing this all the time. I gotta like figure something out that I could get away from that and, you know, stay safe and like, you know, like change my whole life around again.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's definitely, like I said, like kind of the wake up call that we come across, you know?
Yeah.
It's definitely that third eye opening up a bit and kind of making you realize like reality, like what
Yeah.
it truly is. And like you said, like the stuff that you're doing right now can't keep happening forever.
It can't. It can't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Because
go ahead.
I like, because like recently, like I did have my wake up call sort of, and it was like a scary moment, and I was like, shit, you know, like if this went the other way, this could have been really bad.
100%.
I wouldn't be here today. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like this would have went bad, and
Yeah.
I'm like, you know, maybe like I just focus on school and like take that for now, and then
Yeah.
you know, like do whatever. That's why I got back into the gym and I'm like working out like crazy now again.
Yeah, man.
And that's another escape, etc. And it's like, man, you know, like I can't be doing this all the time. I gotta, you know, do something about it real quick.
Yeah. and just to even share like a little story towards that, man, like that's the exact same thing, you know, that's the exact same thing what happened with me, especially if like not many people really knew me actually in my grade 8 year, like before anything happened. But like that was the year, like my grade 6, my grade 7, even my grade 5, like that was the year that like not only was like fuck, I think I was like smoking pot even around like grade 5, grade 6, bro. Like it was bad. You know what I'm saying? Like super young, just trying to get into the shit, trying to sound cool or trying to look cool even. And like, man, like this is what I'm talking about, like this wake up call that I got, you know, like especially around the time like grade 8 hit. That's when like my brother was like dealing with cancer and everything too. So that was like a tough time for me. And like definitely my escape was like dealing with the streets, you know what I'm saying? Dealing with going out
Doing
with my
whatever can
homie.
help you get out of it.
Yeah, man, causing trouble, breaking and entering, fucking whatever
you.
else it was, man, smoking cigarettes, fucking all this other shit, you know, just like trying whatever I could to find this escape route to get my mind into a different place because of what I was dealing with at the time. You know what I'm saying? I totally wanted to avoid all of my responsibilities. And I'm not saying that there's a lot when you're at fucking grade 6 and 7, but at the same time, you know what I'm saying? Like when I look back at it, like although I should have been there like for my brother a little bit more, especially during the times when like he got readmitted into the hospital and like he was like really getting hit hard and stuff like that. That was around the time where like I started to kind of realize, and this is like a tiny bit because I still kind of continue the same ways, but I started to kind of see a little bit what this was doing, you know what I'm saying? Because I was not only finding just excuses for myself that could lead to the future of just continuously finding excuses. And I'm not saying that I didn't have those moments still, and I still had to learn from that because obviously that carried on throughout those years, but I learned and learned as it went. But around like starting the grade 8 there when my brother unfortunately passed away, and you know what I'm saying, like I had to deal with all that stuff. That was when like basketball came into my life, you know. That's when Coach Jay approached me. That's when he told me, he was like, hey, like I'm gonna give you a chance. I heard about like your experience in this school, like what you're doing, your reputation, you know, you're bullying kids a little bit, you're kind of being a little bit of the asshole in the school. And that's where I sat to myself and I said like, yo, like I never thought about basketball, you know. I never thought about what it truly would bring me. And like that was something like totally new to me. Grade 8 was like my year. Like grade 7 I played a tiny bit, but grade 8 like I just started ball, you know. I just started like practicing, doing whatever it was, and I like thought to myself like can I do something with this? Can I change my life? Can I go down a different path? Can I experience something that I haven't experienced before? Can I find that escape but not it be an excuse? You know what I'm saying? It's something that I truly love to do that helps me, like it's like therapeutic, you know what I'm saying? And so yeah, so like ended up sticking with that, man, and that definitely helped a lot because especially with like my brother passing away at those times, like those next few years was like the hardest to deal with, you know what I'm saying? Like fresh out of like not having your big brother there, like that was like tough for me, you know, like that hurts my soul. Like that was something where like I wanted to go back so bad to the shit that I was dealing with, you know.
Yeah, I feel you 100%.
Yeah, man. Like I wanted to go straight back to the car hopping, the smoking weed, the drinking, the hanging out with the fucking homies who were carrying machetes and 8 balls and fucking constant drugs on them. You know what I'm saying? That was when I wanted to make those same mistakes because that's what I knew and that's what I felt comfortable with and that's where I felt wanted and that's where, you know what I'm saying, I could hide and I could not be myself and I could be somebody else that felt important but in reality wasn't shit, you know. And so yeah, man, like that was definitely a fucking wake-up call for me too, man. And that was cool to experience because I changed my life, man. I changed my life from there. I could have been, you know me as like Tiernan, you know me as the guy who like, yeah, like don't get me wrong, my reputation throughout like my high school years was kind of bad with relationships and whatnot, but after that, man, like I got my shit straight. I got my priorities straight. I got responsibilities that I deal with now, you know. I changed my mindset. I look back at like my past experiences, past bad relationships, whether it was with the homies or ex-girlfriends or whoever it was, you know what I'm saying? And I smile at that, you know, and I would embrace any one of those same people that I encountered before with a smile on my face and a welcoming like embracement, you know what I'm saying? And so it's like I said, like that was definitely one point in my life where I found a purpose, you know what I'm saying? Not the purpose, but a purpose, because that definitely led to way bigger things, way different Tiernan, you know what I'm saying? A way different person.
Yeah, I feel you 100%. Like for me, it's like every time something goes wrong, it's like I go back to like, you know, doing all the dirty things again, you know what I mean?
Man.
And it's like I'm not proud of it. Like, you know, like who's gonna be proud of it?
Exactly.
You know,
Exactly.
like yeah, it's a good story to tell in the future, but it's like, you know, eventually it's gonna hit you like a truck, man.
Yeah,
like
man.
it's gonna catch up to you. Like for me, I feel you 100%. Like, man, like all this shit that went on, it's like fuck. Now you start realizing it's like, like what am I doing? You know?
And whether or not that becomes something that I use in the future, you know what I'm saying? But at least it's something that changed me for the future. Like, so I'm saying like I encountered that to change me now. But now when I think about it, those experiences that I went through and the person that you see today, you know, it's completely different. The person that I was before wasn't, you know, anywhere close to who I am now. So when what I think about now is like how I could use that to my advantage, you know, how I could use that to give back, because now, like I said, like I'm working my 8 to 6, you know what I'm saying? I'm working my job, my consistent everyday same thing. But now that I have another purpose that I'm finding, like with the podcast, with the streaming, with my giveaways, with giving back to people, just being there for people in general, now I'm starting to realize like how much more I can do with it. And like that's something that I really want to like focus on, is I want to give back to the community. I want to give back to those same kids that are going through the same shit, that I can tell the same stories to, and see if it changes them, whether it changes them now, whether it changes them later down the road, just because they have it in the back of their heads. But at least it does something, you know. At least I'm sitting here doing something that makes me happy and that could make an impact on those around me, you know. So
exactly.
So yeah,
that's why. That's funny because that's the exact reason why I'm in child and youth program. Like, After I'm done this, I'm gonna try applying for working with juvenile youth and shit. You know, people I can relate to.
Like see that would be like, fucking sick, man.
You
like,
know, just stop them from doing that.
100%. You could believe in that shit.
Like what I said in the beginning, though, it's like, you know, like I want to do that, but in between graduating and getting that job, I kind of want to, you know, venture off and do my other things, you know, shit I've been thinking about. That goes back to like, what's your purpose, you know?
And exactly, because whether or not you do it now or later, at least it's something that, like I said, it's in the back of your head, man.
It's there.
You don't have to focus on it. You don't have to target it right now. You can stick with day job. You can
Yeah.
stick with your school. You know what I'm saying? Your education. You can stick with your career. You can stick with whatever it is the fuck you're doing.
But as long as you keep thinking about that one thing, man, like it's always gonna be there.
It's
And
always
it's
gonna
never
be
too
there,
late for
bro.
you to start it too. That's
Never.
the thing.
Because
Like,
you can go work with a juvenile center too, and you can
but I could be working on with other things. Exactly.
you could be
Yeah.
fucking 60 years old when you do this, bro. You know what
Mhm.
I'm saying? At any point in your like age in your time, you could go and do that whenever you feel like
Yeah.
you want to. And even if you don't, there's still something else there that you've thought about in the past that you can do. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Yeah, so it's dope, man. It's dope to
Yeah.
know this. It's dope to hear this from everybody else, because at least we're on the same track, or at least we're helping each other get to that same
Yeah.
track, you know? Like we're
Yeah.
not trying to be followers or any leaders, but we're just trying to help, you know? We're just trying
Just
to
do
be
your
there
own
for each
thing, man.
other.
That's how it is.
Exactly.
That's
Everybody
another
does
thing.
their
Like,
own thing.
when you guys said like purpose, it can be like a bunch of different shit. You know, like
100%. Yeah.
it could be what you feel like you should be doing. It could be like what you're happy with, what you're doing, like
Yeah.
et cetera, et cetera. Like for me, like my purpose is like I feel like I want to like whatever I'm doing, I want to do it because I worked for it. You know, like I busted my ass, I put blood, sweat, and tears into it, and
Yeah.
I'm like doing it now. Like that's my purpose. Like if I don't want anything handed to me. I want to be able to know like I did this on my own type shit. You know,
Yeah.
like yeah, I had a little bit of help, but like at the end of the day, it was all me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I really that's what I'm leaning towards for my purpose. Like yeah, it'll make me happy, but like bro, I worked for that shit by myself. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
no
man.
one could say like yo, you got that shit handed to you. Like fuck no, man. I fucking did this by myself type shit.
You're fucking rights, man.
Like especially like the shit I went through. Like right now, it's like if I turn my whole life around right now, it's like bro, I used to do all of this shit,
Exactly.
and now look at me. I had a bunch of people trying to kill me, and now look at me. You know, like that's what I'm trying to do. I want to prove everybody wrong, type shit.
Yeah, prove everybody wrong. Have something to look back to be grateful of. You know,
Mhm.
like, and in the end, like, I think a main purpose we all should have is not to regret anything. You know,
Mhm.
not to regret a single day of our lives, and not to regret any decisions we make, and whether it was for, like I said, the good or the worse. But
Every decision you make is a fucking learning thing. You know?
exactly,
It's knowledge, bro. It's knowledge.
yeah, and definitely shed some enlightenment in here. You know, like it's definitely been dope, bro. It's been dope. Like I said, getting to know everybody's perspective, and I'll mention that again and again because I hope everybody understands how really effective it is to hear from other people's standpoints. You know, everybody else's point of view. How's everybody else doing in here right now? We got Jesse, Nick, and Don all muted, just listening in. Getting a little too
Chilling,
deep or
bro.
what?
We good. We
Nah,
good.
it's good, bro. It's
Yo,
good, man.
honestly, I'm having dinner right now. Yo, like I'm trying to cook it at the
This-
same time.
what are you eating, bro? What are you having
Yeah,
right now?
I'm trying to cook up some meat.
Trying to cook up his purpose type
ground
shit.
beef,
You know.
yo. That meatless meat ground beef, yo.
Oh, are you gonna make tacos with it or what?
No.
Just meatless meat?
Getting that and some veggie.
Okay, that's what's up, bro. That's good. Man, that's another thing, bro. I'm starting to see more and more people being on that
Healthy grind.
that plant-based diet, bro. And I'm seeing like players like in the NBA that are following it. And
Yo, that's
apparently
funny. I tried doing that, eh?
how was it, bro? How did you like it?
Bro.
Didn't like it at all?
I don't hold anybody like if you're vegan, vegetarian, I'm not gonna say anything.
I ain't gonna hold you.
I'm not dissing you or anything.
But you don't fuck with it?
That shit is ass. Like I'm sorry, bro. Like,
Man.
yeah, I understand the whole concept of it, etc., etc. But like I need my like meat, no homo. Like I need some shit, you know what I mean? Like I can't eat.
Bro, if you need meat, just ask T, yo.
Bro, I can't eat a fucking tortilla wrap with like fucking spinach in it instead of fucking ground beef. You know what I mean? Like what the fuck?
First of all, Jesse, that's suspect, and second of all, yeah, 100%, I 100% hear you, bro. I was
like, don't get me wrong, it was okay, you know, like
I'm the best.
I got used to it a bit, but like you know, like I need to spice it up sometimes, you know, like I can't fucking can't just eat fucking spinach and broccoli and shit. The fuck, yo? Who the fuck do you think I am? A fucking rabbit?
I'm a
Yo,
fucking carnivore, yo. Don't get
yo,
it twisted. I'm
Yo,
just
yo,
trying to.
yo, Don, how do you feel about that, man? I know that you've been on especially a process of weight gaining too, and I remember like time and time too, like that's something that has definitely like been an idea in the back of your head, especially for basketball too. Like, have you ever tried anything like that? Like, have you ever tried like weight gaining, like say like naturally? You know what I'm saying? Like more of like a like plant based, whether you're just eating a shit ton of like vegetarian.
Wait, hold on. You said
What?
naturally. Like, what do you mean? Like steroids?
Chill.
Yeah,
Don,
why you
Don
saying
must be on some
naturally, yo?
steroids
Like,
though.
what?
The way
Don,
he
did you do
hooping, bro.
steroids or something?
Yeah, he must be on
Yo,
something.
man,
Bro.
why you gotta put that out there, bro? Now everyone knows, bro. Come on.
Because I've been on
Yeah.
steroids for a while now. Yo, shout out to Albert.
Shout out to Albert. Albert, man, no
Yeah, put that-
disrespect, bro. J-Mel fooling, bro.
But nah, bro. Honestly, there's not like I haven't really been on like a specific diet, but bro, I just eat though.
Yeah,
Like I
man,
just
eh?
eat, bro. I it's just my metabolism. It's just like it's so
Too
high
high.
that it's
Yeah.
so high. Like when I try to even like triple my calorie intake, like bro, there's like no difference. Like maybe like a 2 pound difference. Like
Oh my goodness.
I don't know. Like
I think-
it's tough for me, bro. Like no cap, people don't think like that I'm doing my shit, but I've been on my shit. Like I've been taking like
Like mass
weight
gainers?
gain,
Yeah.
fuck what's that
Everything
shit?
type shit.
Protein,
Yeah.
protein, all that
Yeah.
shit, like supplements, even consistently too. Like it's just how my body is, I guess. But
Yeah, eh?
yeah,
That's
I've been
tough.
on that shit, but you feel me? I'm still getting those gains low key.
Yeah, low key. Bro, I remember we had
Low-key.
this conversation back at Tyndall where I was like, man, I fucking wish I had your metabolism. Do you ever remember that? Where
Facts,
we
bro.
Yeah, I remember I was
Trust me, bro.
talking
We're
about I
not
was
the
like,
only ones who had that conversation, man.
yeah, bro. I swear to God, man. I was sitting there and I was thinking to myself, like, I could eat a fucking McDouble and that shit would give me like 10 pounds, bro. Like I could eat junk food, bro, and I could gain weight like no tomorrow. And the thing that's shitty is that like I can lose my weight, but the amount of effort, the amount of
It
work
That it
takes.
takes to-
like
Yeah.
you guys have
Yeah.
seen my weight change, bro. You guys especially have seen
Yeah,
my weight change.
facts.
I've gone from 260 to 170, from 170 to 230 to 230 to 185, from 185 to 230 again, then back down to 190. You know, like I've changed weights and fluctuated like fucking crazy over the last like 5 years, and so this is probably like my biggest like weight gain that I've had yet. Like I'm probably sitting at like 245-ish, kind of around there. And like I'm in a spot right now where I'm like, okay, like I'm getting back on my shit. Like I want to meal prep and I'm actually getting that all done. And I've been on my shit, like eating wise and working out wise. And so now it's back to this consistent routine where it's like I gotta fucking do 30 minutes of HIIT cardio. Then I gotta go do a workout. Then I gotta do another like 30 minutes of HIIT cardio.
Yeah.
And that's the only way I'm gonna lose all my weight, because if I don't do that, I don't lose anything.
That shit. Yeah.
But when I do that, I lose a shit ton of weight. Like I can lose 10 pounds in a couple weeks, you know? Like it's fucked.
Fuck, man. That's
But then
crazy.
I can gain that 10 pounds back, bro, if I eat shitty. Like as soon as I eat shitty,
Fuck,
bro,
well, yeah,
I can lose
100%.
that in 2 days. In 2 days, I can lose it all. Even
Bro,
while-
that's how it be, yo.
Fuck, man. I remember my metabolism was like high as hell too, man. Like for a couple years when I first started working, I was like, man, why can't I fucking bulk up, man? Like it took me a while. I was at 120.
Yeah.
Finally, after 2 years, it got to 140.
Yeah.
And then right after high school, I like started sleeping more, etc. Like slowed my metabolism down, hella like slow, and I fucking jump up from 140 to 150 in a fucking month. And then now, like since I know what I'm doing, it's like I went from 150 or like 150 in the summer alone, and by the end of the summer, I'm at 180, like just like that. Like right now, I'm sitting at 185, baby. Like I bulked up pretty big, yo. But like
big gains.
Big
gains.
It took me a while, man. Like, and then now I feel like I'm struggling with losing it. It's weird. It's like I could gain it fast now when I've been wanting to gain it fast, but now I'm like struggling to lose it fast. It's like
No,
fuck, man.
100%, same fucking path I'm on, bro. Same
Yeah.
ship, you know. Shit's tough. Shit's tough to fuck.
Yo, what are
with.
you on, J-Mo? Put me on, bro.
Steroids
Put
from
me on.
Conquer Performance. Shout out to
Conquer
Albert.
Performance.
Okay, see less. Yeah, I heard they had a deal, no?
Yeah, they did. There was a 2-for-1 hand job special. Yeah.
Hands off special.
That's
Nah, man, you know,
crazy.
just eating, bro. Just eating whatever the fuck there is, man, and sleeping
Bro,
a
I've
lot,
been
getting
on
enough
that.
rest.
Been
You
on
gotta
that,
sleep a
bro.
lot.
Yeah, man.
I think what helped me was the year after high school because I was working 12-hour shifts, man.
Yeah.
So all I did was work, sleep, and eat.
Oh no,
And all my
exercise?
days
You
off,
had no exercise?
I'm sleeping off. I'm sleeping like how many hours a day when I'm off work? Like,
Yeah.
so that
That
helps
sounds like
slow
an
my metabolism
ATS.
down. ATS shit, yeah. That shit slowed my metabolism down hella fast. Cause I wasn't hooping or anything too in that whole year.
Mm-hmm.
I was legit just
Yeah.
fucking eating and sleeping. And I guess my body got used to it.
That's tough, man. That like no matter what I find right now, especially being in this kind of like deep hole that I'm kind of in, you know, like for especially the weight that I've gained, like whether it's getting enough sleep, whether it's hopping on this bike, I haven't been able to see like too much of a difference, just because I remember during the times that like when I got to like probably my like fittest at like 190 and I was like pushing like mostly muscle, it was mainly because I also had basketball around too, you know, and I was
That's crazy. That's the same thing with me.
Exactly. I was able to consistently run every day with our like runs at IWC. And so I was just fucking balling.
That was basically the cardio.
Yeah, man.
That was the thing that helped maintain your fitness.
And that's the cool thing too, is because it's high intensity training too. You know, if you think about how basketball works, it's change of pace constantly. You're slowing down, catching your breath, then you're running for
different movements, etc.
Yeah. And so what I was doing on my everyday basis, especially with the gyms being open, I was working out. I was getting my HIIT cardio in after that. I was stretching. Well, like I would say dynamic stretching, because right after that, I was coming right to the gym, you know, right to, like the court. Then I was playing 2 hours of basketball, bro. And then, yeah, man, like I said, I got down to 190. I started dunking again. I remember even, I think Jesse saw me like throw
I have a video of you dunking at that time.
That's what I'm saying. I had like a little, I bounced the ball on the ground, a little self lob off the ground. I was able to fucking dunk it in, bro. Like it was nothing, man. I was like, man, like this is the best that I've been feeling my whole time. But like I said, I don't have that option of basketball, and I'm not trying to make an excuse, but there's not much that we can go outside for, you know. Like I'm not running outside, and I'm gonna be stubborn on that. I don't care if somebody says you can put on this and that and go run outside.
Bro,
like,
fuck that. No,
like buddy, you can go fucking do that. You tell me how you feel. I got my bike right here.
Go sledding at that point, buddy.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna get an hour on this, 30 minutes hit, 30 minutes after, you know, that's good enough.
Bro, even without the pandemic, man, and like the gym's over, I'm not doing fucking cardio for shit. Yo, I'm not running on a treadmill. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm not running on a treadmill, man.
Man, for real.
Straight weights, yo. I need to push some shit.
Man, Nick, you too, man. I know you've been low key, man. You've been low key getting in that gym, getting nice, bro. You've been squatting heavy, bro. I see you, bro.
Vibes.
I know the vibes. I see you be hitting the gym, bro. How's that been for you?
Bro, as of lately, oh my god, bro.
Tough.
I can't do this shit at home, bro.
Fuck, man.
I can't.
None of us can, bro.
Dude, like I know I'll be struggling squatting two plates. I just know it, bro. When I get back into that shit, man.
Yeah. I'm the one thing that I miss the most though is the feeling, you know what I'm saying, of weights, bro. Like especially like say squatting, having the fucking Olympic bar on your back, or whether it's dumbbells and shit like that. Like I miss that feeling of being in the gym, bro. Miss the fucking like strapping on that waist fucking belt and shit like that, bro. Like all that shit, bro. Like that's a feeling that like it's right there, but I can't like reach it. You know what I'm saying? And like it itches you because it's like fuck, like I want to get there, especially with basketball, bro. Like being able to hold basketball right now, man. Like to shoot on a hoop, like fuck the shit that I would do for that, you know? Yeah, man, it's crazy. So man, with everything, like just to kind of top it all off here, like with everything we talked about, I think what that's at right now is pretty good. I think that we could end the day off there and say, hey man, that was a good discussion. I feel like everybody got a little bit to say on the topic. Everybody got their peace of mind out, and I felt like in the end, like it was super effective for everybody. So, like again, I want to thank you guys for joining in. I want to thank you guys for
Sure.
being a part of it. If you guys have any little like remarks here just to mention, like please do so. Like any feedback, anything that you guys want to say, like it was super dope to have you guys, like I said, that I personally know join in on this, and for people that I've known for years now, you know, to finally like discuss something like this for once, like it's cool. It's really dope, bro.
You are who
I
you
think
surround
if
yourself with.
Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, let's get
go
Jesse
ahead, go
first.
ahead, go ahead, go ahead,
Jesse,
go ahead,
Jesse,
Jesse.
Jesse. What do you say? What do you say?
All I had to say was you are who you surround yourself with.
Exactly. 100%.
Cool.
100%.
Yeah.
I feel like people are gonna listen to that and be like, "Damn, facts." that's some straight facts.
That's facts. That's facts. No cap.
Yeah. Who else was saying something there? I think Don had a little bit of a comment he wanted to make there.
Yeah, I was gonna say like, don't be discouraged if you haven't found your purpose yet, because like
100%.
there are
100%.
people who are working whatever jobs that they have now who still haven't found their purpose. You know what I mean? Like sometimes like not everyone is gonna find their purpose, and that's okay.
Mhm.
You still live on.
Yeah, whether you want to get it done now or it comes to you later, there's people, like you said, people who have been working their jobs for 20, 30, 40, 50 years until the time that they sit there and say, yo, maybe it's something else I need to be doing, you know?
Right.
And that's okay. That's okay however long it takes. It's okay to be patient. Some people want to get it now, some people want to get it later. Some people are fine with where they're at, some people aren't, you know? Like we said, this is perfect because everybody has their opinion. So if you're one of these people who are going through one of those situations like we mentioned, then you know what I'm saying? Then this is your sign. If you're listening in on this and this is relatable to you, this is definitely something for you to take in and be like, man, like this is that sign. And like we always have, like that's something I want to maybe discuss, and I think we kind of did, but we all have kind of that sign that hits us and says, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is what my heart's telling me. This is what I've been feeling. Now I finally pinpointed it, even whether or not it's a little bit or a lot, but it's there. You know, my focus now is more there. So yeah, man,
Yeah.
that's definitely cool. Definitely awesome. Nick, what about you? Anything last you want to say off?
Shit, man. All I gotta say is, like, is this like a message for the viewers or?
Oh man,
Just-
anything. Message for me, message for the viewers, message for all the homies. Whether or not this was something you needed to hear, it's your stage, bro. This is for you. Whatever you want to get out there to whoever.
Hi, Brett. This is a message from Tito Nick. All I can say is that don't dwell on something too much if it brings negativity into your life.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I gotta say, bro. Like, just do what makes you happy. I know that's like played out, but like,
Yeah.
straight up, bro. If you just do what makes you happy, then everything will just come along. Like,
Yeah.
like easily.
Like we mentioned, if there's something that in the back of your head is telling you maybe you should be doing something else, don't put that away. Don't put that to the side. You know, whether or not you have a priority to focus on, that's okay. But
Yeah.
if that idea, if that thought is there and that's something that interests you and like I said is intriguing, don't be afraid to take that head on. Don't be afraid to
It's there
get,
for a reason.
exactly, like I mentioned before too. I think I mentioned this in the last one. It's don't be afraid to be comfortable being uncomfortable, you know?
Yeah.
So take every risk, you know? Take every risk. Don't be regretting anything that you make, any decision you make, or any choice you decide to take on.
Okay.
Yeah, man, that's good. Well, man, I want to thank all you guys for being a part of this because, like I said, like this, I think one little point there kind of got to me a tiny bit, and I get passionate about this stuff. You know, I definitely enjoy discussing these topics, and we're gonna have our fair share of fun topics. You know, like the next one, somebody suggested, and this is kind of a preview, I guess. Somebody suggested to talk about 06, 07, 08 years of hoopers. You know what I'm saying? Like the younger generation, and to shine some light on them.
Ash.
And
I said the same shit last time. I swear to God.
Nah, I think you did. So that, you know what I'm saying? That's totally understandable. That's
No,
definitely
I'm just kidding.
that's definitely J-Mel's point of view, and so we're gonna figure out more about that too. We'll have him involved. If you decide not to like J-Mel on these podcasts, we'll definitely have a vote to kick him out.
I'm the
and
reason why there's content. I'm the reason why there's content. You know, you didn't even ask me for my closing remarks. You know,
Oh,
you want my closing remarks?
I
You
didn't.
want my
Damn, the
closing remarks?
disrespect
Okay,
is strong.
my fault. Let me hear what J-Mel has to say.
To the viewers.
Okay,
To
let
the
me hear.
viewers. Listen closely. I got the best advice here. Don't listen to all these other guys. Listen to me. At the end of the day, if you need coke, just hit me up. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh my God.
Damn,
You know what?
crazy.
At the end of the day, man, if you know anybody that's working in the police department, J-Mel Cruz, you can hit your boy up.
At the end of the day, a
We got-
hustle's a hustle.
We got
You
him.
know,
Yeah. Like, yo, we got him.
just self-snitching.
Yeah,
Nah,
we got D'Angelo Russell in the party here.
You just gotta
Yo,
keep
yeah.
doing you. That's the type of shit I gotta say. Just
Facts.
keep doing you. It'll come to you just in due time.
Yeah.
You don't have to
Yeah.
rush anything in life. Everything is gonna come to you if it's like meant to
Just
be.
reassure yourself that everything's
know?
gonna be okay.
Yeah, I got something.
Don't
to
be
add,
doing
yo.
stupid shit like me. Shit.
What'd you
I
say,
got something
Jesse?
to add, yo. I got something to add, yo.
100%,
To
let me hear it.
2006 Hoopers, yo.
Ash.
Not now, man. That's for the next one. But you can say a little bit.
Your 5 against us 5, yo. Just saying, yo.
You're stupid.
So dumb.
We got 5 in the call right now, yo. Us 5 against them 5.
Yeah. All right, man. You know what? That's good enough as it is before it gets too dumb here. Before we start losing some IQ here. Yeah, so like I said, like definitely appreciate you guys joining on this one. It was a great one. We definitely have some super interesting topics to talk about for the next time. Hopefully you guys can make it. If you can't, that's totally okay. But for right now, I appreciate you guys. I'm grateful for you guys joining in and adding pieces of your mind for people to pick at, for people to relate to. And I definitely believe people will find something that helps them out from what you said. So I hope you guys know the impact that you have doing this. Yeah,
Yes, sir.
yeah. So that's super dope.
For Jew.
Yeah, thank you guys. So we'll end it off on that.
Helping one person at a time.
Yeah.
Fuck bitches get money. That's the purpose of life.
Thank goodness I stopped recording.
No, you didn't. It says recording still.